What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Tanner here, and today I'm bringing you guys another build. This time we're talking Blade Dancer on the Hunter class. You guys seem to really like these builds, so we thought I'd jump into this and show you guys what I have going on. Pretty much a lot of the same stuff you've seen from the gunslinger build when it comes to class, like armor related items. There are a few differences though, and I'll explain those again for the people who didn't see the last video. If you have seen those videos, when I get to the armor part, if you're not interested, feel free to skip that part. But there are a few different items now. I have a different cloak, I have a different chest piece, and all that will relate back to the build. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So this is a Blade Dancer build. So first up, as you can see, I really opted for a balance between armor and recovery with the emphasis on agility. That would allow me to be quicker, maneuver around the map faster, maneuver in Blade Dancer faster, just to ensure that people can't escape from me and things like that. I just find that agility when it comes to having blink and things like that. I don't rock blink, but just overall the Blade Dancer class really seems to benefit from agility. In the grenade section, as you can see, I went with the skip grenade. This is the one you throw and bounce off the ground. It flies up into the air and sends like 5 projectiles that will chase the enemies around the map. Really, really good grenade. It's perfect for popping somebody with the sniper rifle, chucking this grenade back there. Maybe you just have a few hits on them, you throw the grenade before they get around the corner, it will chase them and do the rest of the work for you, generally, if they stop moving or anything of that nature. So, in my opinion, the best grenade you can even possibly use. Next up is my jump tree. Now, I opted to do better control, as you pretty much use that with every class in the game. Blink is really, really good, of course. It's the only one that you can really use this with this class. But I opted for better control, and as you can see, it doesn't affect my recovery as much as when I try to use blink, because that was kind of how they nerfed blink, was that you recover slower while using blink now than you did before, because it was really, really OP. You take a bunch of bullets, blink away, you're safe. So better control is the way to go. Next up is my ultimate. Now, as you can see, I went with Razor's Edge, which releases kind of like a ground wave when you press the right trigger. Invisibility is cool if you're rocking Capris or you're looking for that real true invisibility, tree aspect to your fight, but that's not what I look for. I like Razor's Edge. This allows me to kind of send it out when I'm distant from an enemy. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll wait for a Titan to bubble and I'll throw it into there, or I will allow someone to try to cap a cap point at the end of a round of trials, and then I'll run up and throw out a bunch of ult if I need to. It's just a really good way to secure a game and kill enemies from a distance. I've even dove into a room before, slaughtered one person, 2 people, and then you just turn around, the other guy's about to come to the door, you just throw this along the ground and hopefully he'll run right into it. I've timed it up plenty of times. It's a really, really good aspect that it allows you to stay ranged, I should say. Okay, so it's a counter to a lot of the other alts, and it's a counter to a lot of the guns that you're gonna face being a Blade Dancer, shotguns, things of that nature. So really, really good one. This is the one I highly recommend. Alright, next up is my melee tree. Now, as you can see, I chose Fast Twitch, which reduces the cooldown of Blink Strike. This is awesome. This removes it down to 7 seconds. So as you can see in my overall build, I have a very, very low strength build. I would like to get it even lower. I just don't have quite the other armor pieces that will allow that to happen yet. But I mean, 7 seconds, you don't really need strength to be built. This allows me to have a full-blown intellect build, full-blown discipline build. Really, really high up there. It just makes it really good overall, so I enjoy that. It just seems to be the best in this tree. Of course, you have Escape Artist, which gives you brief invisibility. That's good for certain scenarios. If you knife someone in the back or something, you can kind of just disappear. If you get face-to-face with somebody, you can knife them and vanish for a second, kind of maybe confusing them so you can get another melee off. And then hitting an enemy from behind with Blink Strike causes significantly more damage, pretty much guaranteed backstab kill. But you can get that through armor pieces and things of that nature. So for me, Fast Twitch really seems to be the optimal choice. After that, we have Path Unknown, which is training focused on battle recovery and toughness. We have Quick Draw, which is weapons ready immediately. This is pretty much a guaranteed on everybody's Blade Dancer class as far as that I know. Quick Draw just makes it so you don't need that perk on the weapon, and it just makes you handle every weapon in the game that much faster. And it just, I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but it's basically free, God, what would that be, Quick Draw from Call of Duty or something of that nature, but you get it all the time with this class. You don't need a perk, you don't need a gun, you don't need anything like that, so makes it super, super OP over the other choices. After that, we have Way of the Drifter, which is training focused on all attributes, and Hungering Blade. Kills with Arc Blade and Blink Strike immediately regenerate health. Now, of course, this is a really optimal choice. You could also crouch for invisibility, or you could kill an enemy with Arc Blade, extends the blade's duration, and that's nice too, but I have full-blown cooldowns, plus I have the chest piece that helps for it, so I don't really need that. Well, I almost have full-blown cooldowns. And then Hungering Blade just seems to be the more optimal choice, because if I kill somebody with my Arc Blade or my Blink Strike, I can immediately start regenerating health, so that the other people may think that I'm hurt, and they'll come to attack me, which is just going to allow me to kill more and more of them with my ultimate. Next up is the weapons. Now, of course, I still have my Pulse Rifle, 335 Hawk Saw, This is a really good roll. I really enjoy this one. It's got the SLO-19 sights, the fitted stock, counterbalance, and snapshot. Now, I don't really need snapshot with this class that I'm currently rocking with the Blade Dancer, but this is really the gun that I use on all classes. Almost like I switched this gun over to either my Titan and my Warlock as well. So it's just the best weapon that I've found so far that I enjoy, so I just kind of had that doubled up. I suppose I should be going for something like this, but that also has faster handling, so, you know, to me, this just seems to be the one. I don't need more stability, and I don't want to lose range, so this one to me just seems to be the best choice for this gun currently at this moment. After that, we have my 1,000-yard stare 335 sniper rifle. This is like one of my favorite snipers that I've ever got in the game so far. Short gaze SLH-10 sights, which is optimally the best one you can use. Last resort, rifled barrel, and firefly, which is like my favorite sniper rifle perk. I have an awesome like double kill, final kill in this game with this gun that I'm going to be putting on the channel soon in a montage that you guys will see. It's really cool. Just the firefly has popped so many times and gave me so many double kills that I can't even imagine choosing to use anything else. Alright, then next up is our classic Truth rocket launcher. Of course, this is what everybody's going to be rocking in the game for their heavy. I use hard launch, grenades and horseshoes, heavy payload, and prototype True Seeker. And while I'm here, I figure I might as well show you guys the new Rise of Iron ornaments that we have going on. Certain weapons are going to be eligible for these, including the True, so I'll show you these guys real quick. This one has Heart of Gold, which gives it this little awesome gold look to it. Really cool. As well as Prototype, which gives it another cool look. It's like they were doing, the equations on how to build the Truth and get it to be so OP. So that was definitely a cool skin. Those are cool. Those are coming in Rise of Iron. You can't acquire those yet. I do not believe you can't acquire anything like that. But really cool. We're going to have some different looks to our guns instead of the classic, just Truth blue. And as for my shell, I'm still rocking the Kingslayer 335 intellect and strength based one, and it just has your generic perks of Worm Spore Sensor and Reclamation. Alright, for my helmet, I'm rocking the Iron Companion Mask. It's a 335 defense, intellect, and discipline based helmet. It's a really good one. I've had a few rolls of these. This is the best one I've got so far because the perk that I really look for in a helmet is Angel of Mercy. Gain bonus super energy from reviving others. You can get ones that give you super energy from getting grenade kills, melees, anything like that, and those are awesome. But for me, sometimes you can have a guy who gets sniped and then gets farmed a few seconds later, and then maybe he runs down the aisle and gets killed again. He dies 3 times a match. You can pick him up 3 times. That's 3 times you're going to get bonus super energy from reviving him. And that's going to allow you to really just stack up your super that much quicker. In fact, I've even seen people, I don't know if they've really patched it. Maybe you can't pick up the same guy over and over and get the perk from it. I'm not sure. But I know people used to jump off the mountain, like jump off a cliff, and then your friend would just revive you over and over and over. And they would just keep doing that like 2-3 times before the enemy pushed into their spawn. And now they're like halfway to a super in round 1. So that's just the best perk for me. It seems to be the most useful, the one that I can actually take advantage of the most, really. And better already, shields start recovering immediately after orb pickup. After that, we have my Neurogast 1.0s, 334 defense. This is the last piece of gear I need to get actually 335 overall. They're discipline strength based ones. They increase melee attack speed and the reload speed of pulse rifles. And just to give you a quick look at them, these are what they look like. Really cool. Enjoy those. Next up is my chest piece, ATS-8 Tarantella. Now, this is a discipline purely based piece. Well, discipline you can throw on intellect, but it's purely just at this point been set to discipline. It lets you hold more sniper rifle ammo and increase armor when using arc-based subclass, so that obviously speaks for itself, and of course this is a Blade Dancer piece. But the true specialty to this piece of armor is the reduced arc damage from minions of the darkness, and arc grenades and arc blade recharge faster. Now this is going to allow this thing to pop at about 27 seconds, I believe it is, 28 seconds, something of that nature. And that allows your ultimate to go down even quicker. I'm not really sure how much that, I haven't actually done like the testing. I would assume it's maybe 4 minutes, maybe 4 minutes and 10 seconds, 4 minutes and 5 seconds. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's not amazing. 20 seconds is probably the maximum for it. But it's kind of a free tier 5, so you don't have to worry about actually hitting tier 5, I would assume. I don't really know, I have to look it up, but I do know that it's pretty much one of the best Blade Dancer specific exotic pieces that you can use. After that, we have our leg armor, which is our winged sun legs. These are like the Trials of Osiris ones. These are 335 intellect and strength based boots. They increase the amount of machine gun ammunition you can carry. Of course, that's not that great for me, but it's the best that I can do right now. And increase agility after becoming the last guardian standing. So That's really nice. You know, I really like Last Hope. Those are probably my favorite perk for boots to have. It's really, really rare. I've only got like maybe 2 of those throughout the whole time of playing Destiny, and these are one of them, so I haven't got rid of them, which is why I kind of have to deal with machine gun ammo or shotgun. I don't use either of those on this class. I could see those being decent if I was run Night Stalker or something and run shotgun, but of course at that point I'm still going to rock bones on Night Stalker, so it doesn't really matter what I have in this little setup here. I'd rather be rocket launcher, but you know, you get what you get and you can't complain, right? Alright, and for the cloak, I'm running the Cloak of Oblivion. It's a 335 defense exotic cloak from Dead Orbit. It is an intellect and discipline based piece. It increases your Dead Orbit reputation gains as well as increase the upgrade rate for auto rifles. Really, really cool. I enjoy this cloak. It took me a while to acquire it, and I wanted to get more of the other ones. I think I got New Monarchy to like level 15, but you know, with it being right around the corner, I'd rather just rock out some more Dead Orbit, rock my exotic cloak, because I'm sure it'll get, you know, overwhelmed by some legendary piece as soon as it starts. But nevertheless, cool cloak. I'm glad I earned it, and I'm glad I'm rocking it. After that, we have our artifact, the Prismatic Heart. It's a 335 defense, intellect purely based object. It does solar precision kills against a minion of darkness. Also have a chance to generate an orb. So not the greatest, but not the worst. I really like that full intellect. I pretty much rock this on every one of my hunter classes. That allows me to get that really high ultimate and be able to use my ult multiple times during a trials match, because as everybody knows, ults can make the difference between winning and losing a round a lot of the time. Sure, you can get lucky and snipe the guy out of it and stuff like that, but there's a lot of other times it doesn't go that way. So I really, really like to have a lot of intellect, so that's why I'm rocking that piece. And finally, down low, for you guys that like to see this bottom stuff, S35 Aeon Glow, Happy Horn, Kondratiox Escape. Not really sure. It's a Dead Orbit one. Really, really like that one. That's really cool. The Hangman, which is a Dead Orbit shader. Bastet's Dream, which is a Year 2 Trials of Osiris emblem. And Flawless Trials of Osiris emblem, I guess you want to call it that. And Awkward Dance Emote, Very Funky. So that pretty much wraps up the video for today. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys could learn from it and use this build if you are looking to, you know, set up a Blade Dancer in a certain way. You know, these items, these exotic pieces, these guns, and this build when it comes to the subclass itself, they're all going to help you be a more successful Blade Dancer. It's not my number 1 class, it's my number 2 class, I would say. I definitely am more of a Gunslinger, Blade Dancer 2nd, and Night Stalker 3rd, which I know it should be literally exact opposite of that, but I don't know. I just really dig the Gunslinger. I really have more luck with him. I can clutch more rounds with him. I'm more confident with him. Next up would definitely be the Blade Dancer, and then finally the Night Stalker. The problem with Night Stalker with me is I just forget the, you know, Shade Step, and that's super, super essential to playing a Night Stalker. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys have a good day. Have a good night. And peace.